Come on.
Chestnut Ridge in Pennsylvania. We walked around. I mean, last night, everybody, 400 or 500 yards, I think, was the nearest person last night. Tonight, we do have some people behind us, but we didn't have anybody around us last night. I had a little startled moment. Hi, Sandra. Where I was unloading the truck and something growled behind me. I don't know bears that well because Ohio doesn't have a whole lot of bears. I was told bears don't growl. I do know that deer will. Deer actually do growl. Um, and Strackway. And other than that, I mean, last night we're hearing music off in the distance.
Yeah, I mean, I just,
Is it over there or out that way? Okay. But we spent the day with Steve Coles and Mike and Jay Shannon. Talked a little bit with Lyle Gephardt. Am I saying that right? Kyle Gephardt, excuse me. And, I'm sorry, Dave Bertoshin. Dave Bertoshin. I am terrible with names. I apologize right now. Ask my wife.
yes.
So, no, I don't mean it to be personal or I have name issues. Always have. Yeah, we're live from um, the Chestnut Ridge right now, Raptor. They right now at it's called the Brennan Campground. They have the Sasquatch Bigfoot campout going on. Um, so I'm thinking to our east. Sorry for the delay. To our east is the main campground with all the RVs and the swimming pool and all of that stuff. We got a group campsite at the very end of the campground to get away from everybody and to enjoy the silence and maybe, you know, I don't know if anything happened here or not. Your odds of having some kind of encounter is just as good anywhere, really. As long as you don't, put, hey, there he is. There's Jonathan. Okay, Jonathan, I'll try and send you a link if I remember how to do this. And I'll bring you on. Okay, bear with me.
We may lose the entire thing.
Yeah,
That's just proof that we're not in this to make money because we're just not good enough at it.
okay. Well, all right. Well, we got Jonathan in chat at least. Oh, okay. Well,
You'll be driving your chat at him. Proximity alert.
so somebody is here. I have proximity alert. That's our prox alarm. Don't know who it is.
I have to grab my thermal.
See, that one's over there. I don't think it was me. Hey, Grass. Of course, again, they might have heard that prox alarm, or it could have been a deer. We did talk to Steve and Mike about stopping by. Mike is out doing. It wasn't a night. It wasn't a night hike. It was a tour.
Something like that.
We thought they were doing the hikes here, but I think they're leaving. No, I've got prox alarms now. After, for those of you who don't know, my truck was broken in New York. Well, not broken in, but I was robbed in New York while camping at Joe Schneider's spot. And after that, I've gotten electronic proximity alarms, and she's not here to hear this, but I will be investing in the 12 gauge proximity alarm. So if somebody hits a tripwire, we're gonna know it and probably scare the crap out of them.
Yeah, I invested in money on
Yeah, and we also have the little tiny alarm system. I'll go over and get the and walk over here. Somebody there? Well, Baron's in the seat. I don't know what's setting it off, or maybe I wonder if the fire might be. So I just see the regular light. Okay, I didn't have my. Go ahead and shut it down for now. It might be the fire tripping it. I don't know. But yeah, after being robbed, I mean, yeah, we got electronic one. I would like to invest in getting more of the. I want to get the 12 gauge and take the 12 gauge blanks or a 22 blank, and I think it takes a 3. You can get one that has a 380 accept. Okay, so she's got her thermal out now. Okay.
You could set it on different sounds and maybe play it.
Yeah. So she's got her thermal out. It's kind of, yeah, all we saw last night was mice and squirrels. And I mean, and that's the other part too. Well, you know what? It could have been as a mouse or something. You know, it said that. A mouse might have just stepped in front of the. But kind of tied as far as where I can go. Now that tree right there this morning, I woke up at 5:30 and I just sat here and I took my chair. I sat out there in the bend. There's a nice trail right here. It's nice that you can walk down. And well, I had a deer come walking up there and had a fit about seeing me. And had some deer behind me having a fit about seeing me. And but now rumor has it that a track was found here at one point that out and about where we are, which is another reason why we wanted this site. So, okay, so last video, you know, I have to, you know, I tried my best, everybody, to try and pull those sounds out in the audio. Like I said, when you're listening to the raw audio for the first time, and you're listening to the best rendition of it, so in which is, you know, I got full um, at max wave file. Yeah, and I do have motion activated lights. I can put them out later on. Um, you know, that's about the highest quality that I can record in. That is the highest quality I can record in. And going through the audio, like I said, I'm listening to the audio files at max capacity on this Galaxy Note 10 Plus, and it's got Dolby Atmos, and I can take out that white noise and whatnot and really hear those sounds. Or I can adjust. I can go into auto, you know, I don't want to say real. I can go and put it in auto. I can go to custom, and then I can take out those higher frequency sounds or whatever's making the most noise as I'm listening to it. And that's one of the problems because I want to share it with you guys. Because like I said, uh, and this has been a big theme this weekend, is that you know what this channel is about. It's not about it's really about my personal journey and trying to figure out things that have happened and things that I've seen that don't make a whole lot of sense, and uh, inviting you all to come along with me, and stuff that I can hear in the audio. Um, I really want to bring that out. A lot of times I can, and I can get to that CQT, and then I can see the fundamentals. You can actually see the sound and share it with you that way. And there is, unfortunately, a lot of white noise that was in that, and I, I'm not sure if I had my gain offset or what was going on there, or the sounds were just too distant. But by my ear, there was some interesting stuff in it, and I think in that trip and looking back, and I wish Brent was here, but I got a feeling he's actually there tonight. That between what I was hearing in that audio and I would say that thermal hit, the movement and the thermal, a couple videos back, um, all of which, none of which that I was aware of at the time or in the moment. Um, I would go back and really deep dive that spot a little bit deeper and maybe upgrade the equipment. I don't know what to do on that. Hi, Sharon. So, yeah, that was, it's been the theme so far of doing outings and not expecting to have anything and getting home and then going, wait, what? So, even, but you know, that whole trip with um, was wonderful to be out with, meeting Jerry, um, and, and the pieces parts of that whole trip, not just the Northern Cascades part, but meeting Jerry. And again, you go back to the conversations that you have, these opportunities where you can get with other people and just have opportunities to listen and view things maybe differently than what you did before. But I think one of my favorite pieces of conversation, not only Brent's one, I still go back and listen to what Brent said about that conflict of evidence perception. I still go back and listen to that. Jerry said something that just like resonated so thick and so hard. And it had to do with, of all things, the Patterson Gimlin film. And it just happens that it just so happens that I was a silent participant in that conversation that he's having with somebody else. And he asked them, do you think um, Patterson Gimlin film is real? And the reply was, well, I don't really think it's real anymore. And then, but then the next question was, does it matter anymore? And, you kind of looked at the person that answered, and, it's like, no, I guess it doesn't. And then you get that feeling that, yeah, Patterson Gimlin film is the thing that you can show people, but once something has happened or whatnot, it's kind of like, yeah, okay, whatever, Patterson Gimlin, it goes on the back burner for you. And that was a conversation that I just thought was this, I don't know, it was very deep to me.
Mm-hmm.
But getting to meet Jerry, Mike the Howler,
Mm-hmm.
who is a fabulous person,
Yep.
absolute wonderful guy. And, and Brent Dill is, I tell you,
All those history lessons.
history lessons from Thomas. Brent, anytime Brent needs, wants to go out, I'm there. Um, you know, we even talked about, me and Brent talked about in the past how him and I didn't see eye to eye on things, but man, I tell you, I respect that man, and I respect Jonathan. I respect the world out of Jonathan. I respect everybody that I met on that trip, and they were all fantastic people. So, has anybody got any questions for me from all that? I'd be more willing to throw them up. Just so y'all know, we did. Steve Coles might stop by. Mike and like I said, he's out leading a night hike right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're fabulous people, man. If Brent called and said, "Hey, I need you on my six," I'm chalks up and I'm out of here. Um, Jonathan calls and says, "I need you on my six." We're lighting fires and smoking tires. I am on my way to the Adirondacks. Okay, um, any of them. So, but again, opportunity. Anybody, any questions, anything, whatever? Because I mean, that was a lot of video. I never stopped taking video and just kept running. Oh, Jonathan's here. Okay. Oh, I see him.
Yeah. He said he had to leave the
Participant.
house. So he's going to be driving a bit. So
Sorry about the light situation.
Hey, we're in the dark too, man.
Yeah, right on.
What's up, brother?
Oh, not too much, my friend. I'm in a truck, running one of Camille's friends home. I've got Camille and her friend Maddie back here. Hi. Say
Hey,
hello.
hi.
Some good girls back here, raising Cain, having fun.
Oh, good. Good.
Yeah, I wanted to come out. I just couldn't because I had to come off the hill, and I don't have any service until I get out here on Middle Grove Road worth trying to bring me on. So I apologize.
That's okay. That's okay. Family first, and do what you got to do.
You guys are family too, man. Scrambling to make it happen here. How's things going there?
Um, very quiet. Like I said, we did just a little bit of walking around last night. Um, hopefully, it'll be another situation where like we thought nothing happens, and then we look at the video later on and Bigfoot back down in the field.
Right on.
Yeah, we were both talking about Bigfoot poking out in the field.
please.
There, now I can hear you a lot better. I couldn't get my Bluetooth hooked up when the StreamYard came on, my Bluetooth disconnected, so I was trying to listen through the speakers. I'm getting old.
But so far it's been pretty. It's supposed to rain on us. I don't know when that's supposed to start. But yeah, like I said, last night it was super quiet, almost too quiet. Woke up and chased deer as I'm walking around, and we don't have. I mean, like last night we had nobody around us at all. So a alarm went off. Somebody like started. I don't know if that was a fire truck or whatever they were doing.
Would be a tornado, which Corey was not.
And then the coyotes just went off the hook.
Which is cool.
Is my mic going bad again, Ross? I don't know how to fix that.
It sounds a little muffled. Yeah, I thought it was me, actually.
Yeah.
Barely hold on to a signal.
Yeah, we're barely holding on to a signal. I'm down to 1 or 2 bars.
Wait, what was that alarm you had going on there?
Proximity alarm. It's just motion sensors they got on main travel routes coming into our campsite.
Somebody's got a little
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, I got paranoid.
Yeah, right. It sounds like you're getting ambushed then.
Mm-hmm.
They're moving in on you. You better put everything in the truck and lock it up.
But have you heard the New York recording last night when we finished up in New York? I mean, that was nuts.
All the stuff that went on. We slept through it all.
We slept through it all.
I'm having a tough time hearing you.
Okay. We slept through it all. I mean, somebody ran through our campsite.
Okay, is this a video you just put out?
That was the videos from New York.
Ah. Really?
Yeah, when we finished up New York, I pulled up. The only thing I had was one audio recorder.
Mm-hmm.
That was the most, and that one audio recorder caused me a month of insanity trying to figure out what was going on because yes,
yeah,
we had people. It sounds like somebody ran through our camp. We know that the truck is broken into, and then we have freaking ape sounds in the recording.
Oh my good Lord.
So I worked on that New York stuff. Yes. Unless somebody was messing with us, it sounds.
Huh.
It
something non-human came in, and humans came in,
yeah.
and non-human came back in.
Is that on? Is that available to listen to on group audio, or is it still under lock and key with you?
Because trying to decipher what was going on.
Okay.
Oh, do you want to know if the file's available?
Oh, is it have you finished it up, and is it available to listen to?
I think it's on the share. I think I've uploaded the share file.
Okay, that's what I was asking. I didn't know if I could what was the date?
Oh, that would be June 15th. Yeah, the night of the 15th. Yeah, I know it's on share file because I shared it with Steve, because I asked Steve to help me figure this out.
Okay.
Because
that'll be interesting.
It's the Meaning, like I said, we know that somebody got in my truck, stole her stuff, stole my camcorders, stole my other backpack.
Tried to get in my car like 4 times.
All night,
Mhm.
all night long. The door handles were being messed with. It sounds like something was throwing stuff at the recorder, and then it sounds like something came into camp, and it didn't go for the truck. It didn't go for the gear.
It went through the trash
It went through the trash.
and it opened the cooler.
Yep, and something and it got in the cord. So
Hmm.
and the trash wasn't tore up.
No, yeah, we didn't even notice when we
No.
got up. It's not like the place was trapped.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
it was like I said, it was weird. And as you listen to it, I mean, we slept through people screaming. We slept through 2 or 3 explosions. There's freaking helicopters in it.
Yeah.
We slept through it all, and we slept through whatever, most likely a human being running through our camp.
I'm still down on that.
Wow.
Well, I don't know. And then, and the thing of it was,
It doesn't sound very human-like, and if it was humans, like they were on some drugs or something, or like that's it. Roughly what time of night was that?
I think
mean,
that
this-
was,
Overnight from midnight. To
yeah.
Midnight, right? Okay.
Yeah, if you
I
listen to
mean,
the
if
whole
you're a
tape,
human and
it
you
almost
would
sounds
want to
like
try to be a little bit quieter if you come in to steal stuff and everything, you know? I mean, you wouldn't be running, ramping. Wait a minute, I have heard that.
Yeah.
Yes,
There was
I
some kind of call, and this is the part that doesn't make sense. Somebody or something ran through our camp. Now, the audio recorder is on the backside of camp. The truck was at the front of camp, right?
mhm.
So, and there was,
so you hear them coming
they come from the front
up the driveway
and they run out the back.
and they run around past the thing, never break stride, never
Nope.
slow down.
Nope.
They cover all that distance in 26 seconds.
And they did it.
And they're gone.
They did it in the dark.
In the dark, yeah. Running around in the dark out there. That's intriguing. Huh.
Yeah, I think our neighbors just decided to tree knock. And then you go to the audio recorder that we had down in the woods across the road, about 300 yards in.
Yeah.
There's running there. Something's running through the woods there, and then there's some stops. I mean, it was. Yeah, Jin's here. She's sitting right there.
Hey, what's up?
You got Jin. You got
Their alarm system. Who's asleep?
you got Bear in the alarm system. We think our neighbors just tree knocked from the sounds of it. But yeah, that audio was just crazy.
Isn't that something? Boy, I'll tell you, it gets mind-boggling sometimes, that's for sure.
And
You try to
that's
wrap
what.
your head around it being a person. It's just so not likely.
Well, I mean,
How can they?
it had to be people at some point.
Yeah, well, there were people.
There were people.
On the video, on the audio, you hear them whispering to each other.
Oh, okay. All right.
Down the road.
You hear people talking and whispering, but at the same time, in other parts of the video, I mean, it's like you hear an explosion and somebody yells. I forget what they yelled, but then you get this, like, it literally sounds like an ape vocal yelling at whatever that explosion was. So, like I said, and I must have went through that audio 6, 7, or 8 times. Sorry, a little bit distracted watching and seeing. I'm not sure what they're doing over there. We have neighbors tonight behind us. We don't have any. There's still nobody out to our front, but that was crazy. And then getting to the BC material, and the fact that I don't use a PC. I do everything on my cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
So then I have to rotate, the new material in as I take out the old material, and
Yeah.
that can take a while. And you just think about how much.
Oh, I know.
not even everything that I could.
I don't know where you find the time. You do a great job. I either gotta like quit my job or like designate 2 days a week or something for just skimming through all the audio and video and try to put something together to present it.
Well, what helped was for this, as much as nobody, as a lot of people don't know, my entire time out in Washington and British Columbia, my hand was broke. So when I got back, it was still a while after getting back. That hand was still broken. And it would be almost 3 weeks before, okay, there was finally x-rays, and it was like, I went through like 4 freaking doctors, telling me like, this has been broke for how long? And all looking at me like, how, you're crazy. How did you do this? And I'm like, well,
You went to Canada, you went to Washington, you're out there bigfooting in the woods with a busted hand. You never said a peep. Yeah,
so
my hand's hurt. I think it's broke. He says.
So
I think it's broke.
I get it repaired and everything. So I've had opportunity and time, because you'd be surprised how much that you can't do once you lose a digit, and they want that digit
Right on.
or a hip or whatever. So, that's how I had opportunity and time to get it all done. Now, mind you, Mrs. Trackway more than once was probably willing to throw a plate at my head for asking me a question or something, trying to get my attention because I had the earphones on. It just, if it wasn't for a broken finger, I'd probably still be going through material.
Right on.
Mr. Boo Boo. Yeah, because we came back from that. We went through Hocking Hills. Yeah, we saw Steve at Hocking Hills. My hand was all messed up. And I really didn't do much. Hocking Hills. We were planning to hike the rim down there, Conkles Hollow. I'll say it correctly this time. But we just weren't able to do any of that physical stuff.
We did the light hike.
Yeah, I know,
right
Greg.
on. I kept thinking you guys were in Hocking Hills now, but you're in Chestnut Ridge. Hocking Hills was back a month ago. Yeah, a month ago. That's a big event.
Yeah, and you're going to be hearing about maybe Hocking Hills next year for all those that might be interested. That's not a bigfooting situation. That's pretty much meet and greet. That's a social situation where, if I get enough people that's interested, maybe we can upscale and get one of the lodges.
Right on. Yeah, if I can plan ahead, I should be in good shape. I would love to go out there with you guys.
Because it's, as far as the festivals go now, and we talked about this too on the drive out. A lot of people kind of don't like the festival scene or whatever, but networking is a big deal in this. Meeting people that you've never met before is another big deal too. But you and me met over Whitehall.
Yeah, right on.
I met Jen and Bud and Angie down at Hocking Hills, and like I said, you do get opportunity to network with people, and for all the people that you do know out there, for every single individual that you know out there, there's probably 10 to 20 of them that you don't. And those people can be key in getting, maybe you some information, maybe getting you some access, this or that. And we talk net and radio. So, But yeah, I mean,
Plus, it's just fun.
and it's fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great being out with people, man. It is.
And,
It
and
is
you know,
absolutely.
and you don't really have to buy. You know, when you go to the festivals, you don't really have to buy anything. I mean, we do just for mementos. I usually get
Yeah.
coins or something like that,
Pick
but
up some books.
sometimes books. We haven't picked up anything this trip.
No.
I
But
You
mean,
always grab just a little something, even if it just helps out the vendors, you know. Just kind of
mhm.
throw a little something in there. They always got wicked cool stuff.
So Mike Ann was showing us and walking us through a um, portable electron microscope today.
Where's
Portable
it?
electron microscope.
Oh,
I may have
let
seen
me
one of those
let me
online.
rephrase
I
that.
was,
Was it
It's not.
electron?
It's not like. It's a digital microscope.
Oh, a digital microscope that he had with him.
But it's like
uh,
small. And you can take it out and
I
feel.
have one of those. I still do, not as much as I used to once I got into Bigfoot, but I was into coins. So I have a digital coin microscope that is like
Ah.
your. Listen, if something happens and you lose me, it's because I'm going back up the mountain.
Yep.
That's
You're
fine.
breaking up.
So I'll apologize next time, but
Oh,
I was glad to be on here with you guys. I'm sorry I couldn't.
Yeah, we're starting to lose now. But
one of the
again,
things about
anybody out there have any
Well, I'm
questions for us?
excited to see the.
I mean, seeing if anybody had anything for us that they wanted to ask while we had opportunity. So, you still there, Jonathan?
Yes, sir, I am. It might hold
Oh,
in.
but it's also Friday night, so I don't know how many people. It's also getting late, so
I don't think the phone is back.
yeah. Well, there's a charger right here. I'm down to 56.
So they're collecting money for animal welfare.
looks like we lost Jonathan. We'll have to keep an eye for him, I guess. So let's see. Says we got 5 people here, so we're 3 of them. And my wife, and you're not supporting me. Oh my God. Oh, sure. 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 Okay. Again, it's like, I think it's just this phone grabs, and or maybe it is, maybe I don't know. My microphone system, if I use it, I can't use it with other people. You know what I'm saying? I can't hear Jonathan if I put the microphone system on. You can hear me clear as daisy. But with the microphone system on, I can't hear anybody else. What's up? Yes, higher thinking. 42. Supercomputer that figures out the meaning of life, but it never tells them what the question is. Oh. The answer is 42. I don't know what. Oh. Which one? Oh, that was the meaning of life. Dollars off to our left. But okay, it's been fun. Today was fun. We spent this morning trying to figure out, how to wake up and firewood. Yep. Like I said, we went. We took one up to the showers, and then we got to the office, bring that back out, and we went down to registration and just sat there. It's as far as festivals go, it's tiny, but you get I think you get pretty good bang for your buck, I guess. Well, Coles was telling us too. They usually it's the first one they've had in 5 years, so they've done this since before the pandemic. But before they had it on Saturday and Sunday. This is the first time they tried it on Friday and Saturday. So they expect a lot tomorrow. Yeah, and it was nice today because if you do go to these things, if you're gonna go to one on that has a Friday off day. Yeah. I recommend kind of holding off till about 1, 2 in the afternoon. That way, the people there that you're going to go see, if they're presenters, usually about that time, they've calmed down. And you can have really good conversations there about that time. Come Saturday, usually, yeah, forget about it. Well, we don't want to get in the way of them, Yeah, I mean, selling their stuff and doing their thing. Well, it's just you get so many people, and it's just you want to talk to somebody, a little bit in depth, but there's like 50 people standing behind you that want to talk about their situation. So it's very difficult on a Saturday, especially you go to like Hockey Hills where it's mammoth. And take a look at Whitehall. That's a beautiful venue. I'm very much looking forward to seeing it. Very beautiful venue. And once they get to time to talk and whatnot, it takes them a little bit, just kind of find their groove because if you're a presenter, if you're Steve Coles or whatever, you're trying to find your tempo, between
what you're doing and what's going on. So, and those guys, I know that first year, was that last year? Steve wasn't at the very first one, right?
Whitehall?
Yeah, no, Hocking Hills.
Oh. I don't think he was there. The first year we went.
I don't think Steve was there the first year we went. Those guys, the second year, those guys were down. They was only supposed to be there till like 4 in the afternoon on Friday. They ended up being there till 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, and that was after they drove 10, 12 hours. Some of them to be there. I think it took Steve 11 hours to get there. So these guys, they're giving their all when they're out. And a nice mix of things. Okay. 153. Anybody, again, any questions in regards to British Columbia? Actually, you know what? That was a very interesting thing today between British Columbia and the Cascades. Ken Gearhart, right?
Yep.
Started talking about the Chapman incident. Because he was talking about, guys, I don't know my history that well. I don't take us the wrong way, but a lot of the Terry Crews not being the first one to have a big footprint, but the very first one actually came from the Chapman family, Ruby Ridge, and Ruby Creek. Well, Ruby Creek or Ruby Ridge, but he brought that up today. He brought up the entire Chapman story, which I thought was interesting. I talked to him a little bit about it, like, oh yeah, I was right. Thanks to Nikki, Nikki and Thomas Steenberg. I got fell aside, stood on the ground. Ruby Creek, okay, and we had a little bit of talk about that, about the situation. I didn't know that much about Kim beforehand. In fact, I didn't know anything about him really. But after today, I thought that he was pretty. He's pretty interesting.
I was glad we stayed for that one.
Yeah. So finally got to listen to Earhart. And, really, that's all we did today.
What's that?
That grunting? Or do you see something in the thermal?
No, they're grunting. Oh no, it's gunfire.
Gunfire.
Far away gunfire. Okay. So far away. Okay.
So I thought that was cool. Wasn't expecting it to bring up Ruby Creek. I probably would have fallen out of my chair if he would have said something about Jacko. But the history rendition of it really hasn't been. I don't know, like I said, I brought that up earlier, Nikki, where a conversation with Terry, and I don't know. Some of the stuff just I think it was Jay Buchanan who said it today. Once something happens and you're like, you want it to you want something else to happen. You want to catch it again. You want confirmation. You want protection. But you want validation. You want vindication, and you want answer.
Yeah, I didn't quite understand what he meant by finding your truth. I don't think I quite have a finger on
that. To me, Raptor, that's a good question. So Raptor asked, why does everyone keep talking about Jacko? I still think that was made up, no proof. It was real, and yes, I understand it was back in the day. And to me, I think the reason why, first off, coming up as a kid, the Jacko stories, because you had Skeptical Writer, like I said, Skeptical Writer, Daniel Cohen writing about Jacko, and some other stories that had the story in it. And then it gets where it becomes interesting is the time frame and how much of whether regardless of it being a hoax or not being a hoax, how much of that story kind of relates to what people are reportedly saying they're seeing today. It is kind of odd. There's a lot of oddities about that. I mean, what was it, 1884 it was written?
Yeah, 4 or 6, I forget.
And, which, that's even farther back than Ruby Creek. And I think a lot of that is why that's interesting. No, I don't believe that, you get to the part where somebody climbed above him and dropped a rock on his head. That gets kind of hard to believe.
Yeah.
So, but just detailed parts of it and its correlation to today, I think there was the Jacko story actually comes from a newspaper article, and it being written way back in the day. So I think that's just the interesting part. And the other thing about the Jacko article that kind of gets you is bridge number 4 is a real place.
Oh.
Tunnel.
Oh.
Yeah, tunnel number 4 is a real place. Where we went to fit the description from the story. 1884. Thank you. We went to fit the story. So it seems messy, for lack of a better word. Yeah, and he does. It just it could have been anywhere, really. To again, you can say so many different parts. True. How do you know the news editor didn't make this up when he was on the train, just like a bunch of other reports back then? Yeah, please show me some proof. Yeah, and you're absolutely right, Raptor. I mean, again, with this whole thing, finding proof for any of it, good luck. You know, it's just you got that when you get God, how's the saying go? The best lie has grains of truth. And I don't know if maybe putting it into a place that somebody had eyes on. I personally don't see a newspaper editor going um, out to that specific site, but there's so many other parts. Like you had all those people show up that were uh, wanting to get a look at Jacko, and Jacko was supposedly dropped off at the maintenance building. Then you kind of get some stuff there doesn't quite fit. I mean, it's most probably a hoax, but it just has a whole lot of nuances. When you talk about the area, yeah, you can say kind of added the area as support as those grains of truth for the supporting the lie. But what a lot of people grab onto is their description of Jacko. And people will continue to keep grabbing a hold of that description of Jacko as something of interest. And then you go back to the newspapers of the day, and 1884 really wasn't great journalistic standard days by any stretch of the imagination. Yeah, I mean,
You think TMZ and the internet is bad? Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I think like if you reread the Jacko story, the first read actually see Hell on Wheels, and then kind of like
Yeah.
read the Jacko story. Hell on Wheels is a fantastic show, by the way. If you've never seen it, if you're into like old western, it's pretty close, not quite, but some of the mistreatment and everything in building of the railroads back in the day. Well, I don't know. I mean, seeing something and proving that you saw it, that's, boy, that can be tricky. To say I can say I caught an 8-pound bass in Ohio, which shouldn't happen. No, 13, which shouldn't happen because we're so far north. That I do have pictures of it, and then like, well, where's the body? Well, the body went to a taxidermist.
True story.
Where's the body now? I don't know.
We literally lost it.
It is gone.
We were like, dude, if you had it for lunch or something, just tell us.
If you ate my record bass for lunch, I mean, I got pins and everything for this fish. I got one picture. Of course, it was dead, so it's lighter. But where's the body? It disappeared.
Right.
Literally at the taxidermist. So
would have been a
No, not back then. Not 2007.
It's just strange things happen. And oftentimes you're just not ready for it. I had an occasion. I was armed. I am trained. I had a camera. Do I have evidence of any of that shit that happened? No, I don't. No.
that is the common refrain. You know,
So then you get a lot
time, I
of
would
people
just
who don't
walk
talk, about it,
yes, that too.
um, because well, how do you talk about it? You know,
It's only very recently that it's become even remotely acceptable to say, yeah, I saw something weird in the woods. I may have heard Bigfoot when we were camping or something. You know, for the longest time, it would, you know, get laughed out of the room. So,
well, really, I mean, the only thing you can do is if you've seen something, you can either try and chase it down, which people here have done. They have, you know, tried to chase it down, tried to find answers, but those people that have seen something and they're trying to do that, um, like I said, it's validation, vindication. Although, it's like I was talking earlier about the channel, and I don't know if I really, damned if you do, damned if you don't. If I bring like a Patterson Gimlin film type quality video and lay it down in front, I'm damned. I'm screwed at that moment if I present it. Because, what's going to happen is, you know, the video is going to get put through the ringer. I'm going to get put through the ringer. Whoever brings it forward is going to get put through the ringer. You're much better off not finding anything than actually finding something. I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to. I just, like I said, I invite people along for the ride. Stuff.
I'll tell you, we've discussed things like motivation. Why are people out here doing this?
Just want to, especially those who have had experiences, want to experience it again. They're not interested like anyone else. They're not interested in, helping the scientific community establish
that this is a real creature. They just don't care about that kind of thing, which I
got to be honest, I don't. All I want is my confirmation of what I freaking saw.
Right, and that's another motivation is, I need to prove that I'm not crazy.
Yeah, to myself.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't care if, I honestly don't care if it goes to science. That's not the important part. It's the important part is for me going, okay, I'm not nuts. You know? Yeah, and you got to have these philosophical type of discussions. And you got to also be aware that there's multiple narratives and there are actual, there, when you say science isn't taking it seriously, that is a very large, gross assumption. Because when you get to the scientific community, even at the lowest common denominator, that one single individual person represents the entire scientific community. It's just a matter of whether or not if he can create enough argument for peer review to accept his findings. So, as a citizen scientist, I don't know if I'll ever be able to do anything like that. I mean that's a deep philosophical question of, facing reality that no matter what you do, in the court of public opinion, if you bring something forward, you're not going to win. There's just too much set against you, I think, in my estimation. And you've got guys out there that are saying that they believe the creature is real. They'll knock down every piece of evidence of it. And then you come to find out they were riding a bicycle
and they're saying Bigfoot screamed at them. Yeah, I'm not gonna, you know, that particular individual tricked his friends into saying it on radio, and not radio, but on recording, and he's out in Washington. Hmm? But no, I mean, you can have these interesting questions. Well, hey guys, we've been on like an hour and 10 minutes. I think these two about worn out. I want to thank everybody that showed up. Um, boy, I tell you what, it's always a piece of philosophy when you start bringing this up. Okay, but love every single one of you. Everyone who's out there is great. I'll see y'all down the road. Till next time.